What's up, guys? How's it going? We're doing another unboxing showcase. I might as well, keep on going with the Mezco figures that I recently picked up. So I know these have been out for quite some time now, but they're new to me. I want to play around with them. I'm glad to have them in my collection. So here we go, doing another unboxing showcase. So this one is the PX Previews exclusive of Cable. Now, Mezco did put out a Cable figure. It was their own rendition. It was awesome looking figure. But when they announced that the PX Previews exclusive was more X-Men tailored, I should say, I wanted that version more. It has a different costume, and of course, it has a completely it has a little bit of extra accessory, maybe just one, I forget. But I have an image up here on the screen showing you what was the original Cable that was released. But for this one, instead of the cardboard box, this one comes in a metal tin, just like with pretty much all PX Previews exclusives come in a metal tin. But what you see here is the front of the box. It is in that yellow and the black and blue X-Men logo. On the side, we have the 112. On the top, there is the Cable written on there and Mezco toys. But on the back is showing you what's included inside this box, and it's still tin, so this is actually like printed on the tin as well. It's of course covered up in this plastic wrap right here, which we will slide off in a second. But as you can see here, ages 18 and up, not a toy for children. 1/12 scale collectible figure, intricate tailored costuming, which is typical of your Mezco figures. But here is the grenade launcher with a rotating carousel, a spear, which I could be wrong. I want to say that could be Ahab's spear, but correct me if I'm wrong. The handgun, and they have two interchangeable heads, and we have a plasma cannon with these two magazines, which is actually, yeah, it's a nice little feature because usually with Mezco, they come with magazines for their weapons. And then we have 4 sets of hands, like fists, gripping, trigger, and open palms with the stand and the flight stand as well. Now, what was very cool about the Cable figure was it actually did include a light up feature, as you see right at the top. The light up feature is only at his head, where it shows his left eye lighting up, in which you would include batteries inside this and actually have to insert or install them inside the head, which we will go over that. Surprisingly, since I did buy this pre-owned and is in practically like mint condition, the batteries are already installed, but we will still go over how that was taken care of. But we will go over this. So let's unbox. So here we go. Now there is a hinge at the top of this, so we will open it like so. And we got that tissue paper, and of course your little letter of the product care guidelines. And at the same time, we are also getting instructions on how to replace batteries in the neck and activating the light up feature. So we will actually go over that. So as you can see here, step 1, step 2, this is the little battery casing for where the batteries are going to be inserted. As you can see here, that is how you need to take care of your stuff and install batteries properly. So let's kind of change positions and show you what everything is all about. All right, guys, so we have it out of the box. Here's our tin box. Of course, here is what it looks like in the tray itself. As you can see, all the accessories lined up right there. Cable right in the center. There we go. And at the bottom, we also have another tray, which comes with the X-Men stand, and then a bag for your goodies, this flight arm stand right there, as well as this little thing right here. Now this houses the silver batteries that go inside the neck. As you notice, this is actually the same one as the Gambit stand. So we'll take a look at that. We'll just move this off to the side for the time being, and we will pop this one open and take a look. So there we got some more bags going on, some more plastic covering them. That's perfectly fine by me. If there's a way to protect it, I'm happy about it. So let's see. Here we go. Look at that. That is awesome. Look at the detail in all of the weapons, all that dry brushing. So let's go over what we get inside. So this one, first of all, is the spear. And I love the detail in the spear too, because look, I guess all the mechanics, cybernetics, whatever you want to call it, all the metal that is sculpted in with the spear right here. And like I mentioned earlier, I want to say this is like Ahab's spear, but again, I could be wrong. But it just looks incredible. This looks really nice. It's a nice little accessory, and I know this accessory does not come with the original release of Cable. We have here the handgun. Look at that. Multiple colors. Got the brown around the handle and a light silver and a dark gray silver right there. So more of like a futuristic handgun. Very nice. Looks like there's a small hole. I wonder if I could put, it could be a small hole. I wonder if I could put a blast effect right there. But there's your handgun. And over here, this one is the rotating, what's it called? What's it called? I already forgot. Grenade launcher with rotating carousel. That's what it's called. Rotating carousel. So when they mean rotating carousel, the grenades actually rotate. If I can make it, it's a little, yeah, you can make it rotate. It's loose in there enough to rotate. Yeah, yep, I just did a little bit right there. So it's a nice feature. Can't really do much. I mean, unless there was something else that makes it rotate and I can't see it or find it, then there you go. But look at the color, the details in this. The dry brushing of the metal is what sells it the most. That's awesome. See all this? Even damages that they incorporated into the sculpt. Looks great. All the different colors too. See, even there. Look at the detail in that. I love this. Great to see, you know, weapons that actually have attention to detail. And this is the plasma rifle. Crazy looking gun right there. Again, with the detail and the dry brushing. The metal. This nice like translucent green color, I guess, for the plasma. And here is the notch for, I guess, the cartridges. So we have two cartridges. Let's kind of grab them out of here. As small and tiny as they are, which most of you should know in regards to Mezco, when they provide, like, let's say, when they do the pistols and then they provide the magazines for them. So these small things are your, I guess, plasma cartridges. So they actually have damage on them. They've got that yellow paint. And there's like the little notches on the inside. So it comes with two. You only really need one to plug them in. And then you can see it in here. There are notches in there. I guess to just try and match up, you would just insert like so. And it's inserted in there like an angle. Unless I have it in incorrectly. But that felt like a snug fit. Yeah, well, you could do it that way, but it will fall out. This way, that works. There you go. And you insert the cartridge. So I'll leave it in there. I'll leave that off to the side. I only need one, so I will put this cartridge away for now. Now we have 4 sets of hands. We've got the 2 hands here, which is probably the fisted hands. And here, for the mere fact that he has a cybernetic arm, there's 1 gloved hand and 1 metal hand. So these are your trigger hands. And there's a lot of detail in that. So, oh, that's cool. So he has an X symbol right on the back of his hand. and it's a different color, yellow too, to make it stand out. And I love how they have these little, you know, ribbed features here as well inside the glove. And then in this hand is a cybernetic, so there's, you know, some dry brushing in there, but it just looks very nice all the way down to the fingers. Really cool. So we got trigger hands right there, and I won't put it there, you know, I'll leave it out here. And then these hands, we have gripping hands. Same thing, more attention to detail in the hands and in the paint. Gripping hands right there. And these are open palm, open finger, just open hands right there. And there you go. There's more detail, what it looks like on the inside of the glove, and as well as this right here. Very nice. All right, and we also have an alternate head. So the alternate head is wrapped up in plastic. Again, more detail to make sure they protect it. So we have a grinning face, growling face. Not bad. Looks really nice. There's no pupil in this eye, but it is translucent because the light is gonna shine through it. The eye looks very nice. Look at the teeth. So the teeth, he's got that grinning teeth, but it looks like he's biting his bottom lip. It does. It's not bad. It's actually good. You know, at least it's an alternate, so at least I have an option of choosing it. But from far away, it looks really good. I guess up close when you look at it, it looks like he's more like biting his lip. But they did dry brush more for his hair, so that looks really good. But there we go. We have an alternate head. Now, figure itself. Let's take a look what we got. As we got plastic and plastic. All right, so Cable. Look at that. I love this costume. This costume is very reminiscent to, was it Marvel vs. Capcom 2? Love that game. So let's take a look at the head. Head, very just stoic look right there. Paint job looks great. Same thing with the wash. Looks awesome. Look at the tailoring. Look at, you got these rubber pieces that go around and, you know, add more definition to the suit. I love how the suit has like this X emblem in the blue that covers into the front, and that looks great. And the more rubber, this does feel like a rubber plastic that's onto the fabric right there. But we do have his harness that's, you know, very reminiscent. We all know this like from Cable as well as from Cyclops, where you can see that. He's got that holster for the gun, his handgun, I mean. His boots, very nice. Does have some tread on there too. And then we have his cybernetic arm. Look at that. Awesome detail right there. Okay, in the back as well. So you see the stitching in the back where they closed off the soft goods. Goes all the way down. Even down through the legs right there. So there you have it. There. Much bigger. Well, we'll see in comparisons right there. But the collar looks good right there. In regards to articulation, we can try that out as well. So let's try out the articulation. So of course, head, we have it'll swivel. It does not do much of a tilt. And there's a reason why for that, because there it is. The neck is isolated. The neck is not going to move, and there is no tilting with this ball joint because the ball joint is actually the light. So we will go over that afterwards. But there we have it. So he does turn his head, and there is a little bit of a tilt in there. Arms. So his arms, of course, we don't do any 360 movements with arms here because of the clothing, the soft goods. There is no butterfly joint, so that's it can't be helped, I guess, because he's a bigger figure. But he does have the double jointed elbow, which does serve its purpose right there. And then they have the ball peg wrists for the hands, which work very well for Mezco. So you're twisting, swivel, everything like that. And the same goes for this side too. This one you can twirl this around because there is a cutoff right here at the seam for the clothing. But you can move his arm that far. He's got the bicep swivel. This has a bicep swivel too. But you're restricted with the clothing. So, I mean, who wants to flip their arms around and back like that anyway? And as you can see, you actually see the joints here for the double jointed elbow. So not bad. And the same thing, ball peg wrist. Now, does he crunch forward? There is a diaphragm joint here. So it's not a lot, but he can do it. He can do it back too. And he's got a ball point at the waist, I think. Yeah. So you can shift him down pretty good. Back, same idea. Okay. And legs, there is a thigh cut. You can see it right there. And a double jointed knee. Not bad. He can go out pretty far. There's enough, there's enough in the slack in the clothing to allow him to stretch out to do those straddles or stretches right there. But yeah, looks really good. He can kick about that high, and that's not bad. But for Cable, you don't really see him doing stuff like that. But the mere fact that you could do it, that's nice to know. I don't feel a boot cut of any kind, but he does have the swivel and pivot from the foot. So there you go. There is your articulation. Let's go over this light in his head, because I'm not sure. We'll try to do it without some light, but we'll go over that in just a moment. All right, guys, so let's check out all the accessories, see how this Cable figure is. But first thing we're going to do is check out the light up feature. The head, of course, is just a simple pop off, just like any other ball peg would be, so as you can see. But you can see here in the neck. So this is just an isolated neck. It's not going to move anywhere. But there's a little capsule in here that you just turn to feel the click, and then it will just slide right out. Now, remember I told you this was pre-owned, so the batteries are already installed, in which you would just have to open this flap right here and then insert the two batteries. There's your on and off switch right there, and when we turn it on, you will see there's the light. Very small light, but it works. So with this notch right here, we're going to insert it back into the head, and you'll feel a click like so. And we'll check out the head. So here's the original head sculpt, and there you have that light. So even when you turn the head, that light doesn't go away. Let me see if I can just kill this light here, and you will be able to see it better. All right. It does look nice. It actually looks really cool with that light on. It's not like an overwhelming, like blasting flash of light right there, but it's subtle enough to distinguish that his eye is glowing. The other head sculpt right here. There you go. Looks good. Not bad at all. Really, really nice. So we'll leave this head sculpt on for the time being, but we'll turn the light back on, and we'll leave that light on as well, just for its purposes. So we have here the spear, which I love the spear. It's the design work is awesome on it. But let's use the gripping hand And then we'll actually put it right in this way to try out some poses or whatnot, and we'll see how it goes. So the spear, very, very nice. There we go. And I guess, yeah, I guess if let's change out this hand too. We can use the open. Oh, wow. There you go. We can use the open hand to kind of have that more, just like so. In which, yeah, like that. We could go like that. Why not? Not bad. Looks good. I don't know if I'll be using the spear very often, but I can, you know, use his strap, whatever this is called, this vest type of thing, on his back. So why not? And I can kind of utilize it and just have it as like a holster right there for it. So yeah, see that? I could just have that hold in right there because it's just going to stay in place because he'll be in a still position. But we can get the trigger finger. Let's use the trigger finger here and try out some weapons. And in actuality, we will actually use both hands for trigger fingers, since it does come with a trigger finger hand also. And let's work with those. So the first thing we have is the pistol. We'll try out the pistol in both hands. Now this hand seems a little bit loose, probably because it's been holding a weapon for some time. So yep, there we have that gun right there. And also a nice little feature, we have a holster for it, so that's perfect. Love it when we have some weapon storage right there. Let's try this, the plasma rifle, because I already have the cartridge inserted in there. And yep, so it's a little loose in the hand, but nothing you can't mess around with, play with. But of course you can really just tuck that under his arm, have him go like that. And we have our grenade launcher too. We can use that. Why do I got this stuff on it? Yep. And let's see. Yeah, so I got cable all going all out. This hand is loose too, so must be he had been holding the weapons for quite some time, but it still works. So we got him guns blazing, like so. We could have him pose like that. I could do it that way. It's possible. But the weapons look great. Like I said earlier, the weapons look amazing, especially the way that they painted them. I don't think it's going to be possible to have him hold the one weapon with both arms because there's no butterfly joints on here. So if he did have butterfly joints, it might have been possible, because then I could utilize the gripping hand here. Well, you know what? We can try it still. We can still definitely try to see if I can make it work. So we can hold one rifle or gun with both hands. But we're going to have to do some finagling a bit, because he will... that one trigger hand is loose. That's unfortunate. Yeah, see? There we go. With the size of the gun, it's gonna be a bit tricky to have him. Yeah, see there? That's... If I could have that just a little bit more, it might work better. Because this arm is really not going to work unless I have him really tucked it under. But see, that's not even going to work either. So I don't think it's going to work very well. But we will just have him hold it like so. Showing it off. Showing that gun off. Now, let's see. The thing I want to do, let's see, I guess we can easily do some comparisons, see how that fares well with him. The other Mezco figures that I had out is the X-Force Deadpool, in which case he is taller. He is definitely taller than Cable, but I mean, it goes very well with the style that Mezco does with their soft goods. And I also have what I recently done earlier is Gambit. Now, if Deadpool's taller, you know, Gambit's taller from the last time I did this. We'll put him right here. That's better. He has that effect that I had him posed in, so I just kind of kept it on there for the time being. But you can see how much taller Gambit is. It's weird to look at because you would think, or you would know, that Cable is definitely a taller person. But it is what it is. I still like the overall design. I think it looks great. And also my Golden Skull right there. He is taller as well, but his head is much bigger, of course, as you can see. And who I really wanted to try and check him out with is, of course, pairing up with the Marvel Legends Cable. Definitely a big difference between the two. Marvel Legends, I mean, this figure is already pretty much like 6.5 inches tall. But this is, you know, Rob Liefeld's overall design, 90s, you know, X-Force. And that's what was very reminiscent for a Cable design. At the same time, you know what? Let's bring out Brolin. Here's Brolin. Now he's almost the same height. Brolin is definitely a little bit taller. But there is your Deadpool 2 Cable right there. So there we go. You can see the different size comparisons based upon if you're really going to utilize them in whatever lines you have. But when I keep my Mezco lines, they're just going to stay together. I'm not really going to mix them up with my Legends. So there you guys have it. We have our comparisons right there. But guys, thank you very much. I really appreciate you watching. Hopefully I can just have some pictures at the end of the video so you guys can check it out. But thank you so much. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Again, appreciate the time. I hope to see you guys soon, and I hope to see you on the next hunt.